Ladies and gentlemen, every day is a new beginning, and that truth alone is one of the greatest gifts life offers us. No matter how yesterday ended, whether in frustration, disappointment, or failure, today brings with it a blank page, ready to be written with fresh intention. You see, you are not defined by what went wrong before. You are defined by how you respond now. Take a deep breath, not just to calm your nerves, but to reset your nervous system. Breathing deeply sends a message to your mind and body that it's time to let go, to center yourself, and to prepare for a new direction. Smile, even if it's a small one. That smile is not a denial of your struggles. It's a declaration that you're still standing, still willing, still choosing joy. There is strength in that. Science shows us that smiling boosts our mood and builds resilience. It's a signal to your brain that things can and will get better. And when you combine that smile with forgiveness, especially the kind you give yourself, you unlock emotional freedom. Too often, we drag the weight of yesterday into the promise of today. We relive conversations, we regret what we didn't do, and we replay mistakes like a broken record. But let me remind you, you can't drive forward while staring in the rearview mirror. Each day is a chance to build again, to improve not by force but by choice. The small decisions you make, like choosing patience over frustration, hope over fear, and action over hesitation, these are what create long-term transformation. Don't underestimate the power of starting again. Even if you've started 100 times before, that willingness to begin again builds mastery, builds courage, and builds character. Momentum doesn't begin with massive change. It begins with one breath, one smile, one step. So when life gets heavy, pause. Breathe in strength, breathe out stress, smile at your progress, however slow it may seem, and then start again. Because every sunrise is not just a symbol of time passing. It's a personal invitation from life itself, reminding you that it's never too late to become who you were meant to be. Every day is a new beginning. It's not just a poetic statement. It's a powerful, life-altering truth that too many people overlook. Each morning when you open your eyes, the universe hands you a fresh page. That page doesn't care about yesterday's mistakes, failures, or regrets. It doesn't ask whether you were perfect or broken the day before. All it wants to know is what you're going to do with the time you have right now. The past has already taken its course. It can't be changed or undone, but the present, this very moment, is yours to shape. And that power, your power to begin again, is one of the most precious things you possess. You might feel like life is piling up on you, that your failures are too heavy or your journey is too slow, but the truth is, starting over is not a weakness, it's a strength. It's a sign that you haven't given up on yourself, and you shouldn't, because there is no shame in beginning again. In fact, every great story has chapters of setbacks, restarts, and moments when the hero almost gave up, but didn't. You are writing that kind of story every single day, and it starts with something simple, taking a deep breath. That breath isn't just about oxygen. It's about calming the chaos inside you, grounding your thoughts, and telling your heart, I'm still here and I still have a chance. Taking that breath is like hitting a reset button. It slows your heart rate, clears your mind, and creates space for peace. And in that peace, you'll find strength. Once you've taken that breath, smile. Not for the world, not to fake something you don't feel, but for yourself. A smile can be a quiet act of defiance. It says, no matter what's trying to weigh me down, I choose to rise. Science has proven that even a small smile can trigger the brain to release chemicals that improve mood and reduce stress. So in those difficult moments, that small act can become your doorway back to hope. And when you combine that breath with a smile and the decision to start again, you become unstoppable. Life won't always be smooth. There will be disappointments, people will walk away, opportunities will be missed. But none of that has the power to stop you unless you stop yourself. You have to stop carrying yesterday's storm into today's sunshine. Forgive yourself for what didn't go right. Release yourself from the pressure to have it all figured out. You are human. And humans are not built to be perfect. They are built to grow. Growth doesn't come from doing everything right. It comes from doing one thing better than you did the day before. That's it. One better thought, one better decision, one better action. Start there. Don't wait for the perfect time because it won't come. Don't wait for motivation. It's fleeting. Rely on the habit of restarting. Rely on the choice to keep going. You don't need to take a giant leap. You just need to take the next step. And that step begins now. So wherever you are in life, battling regrets, facing fear, rebuilding after a fall, know this: you can begin again. Right now. Take a deep breath, smile for the strength still inside you, and step forward into your new beginning. Because today is not a repeat of yesterday, it's a brand new start. And it's waiting for you to show up. You are not defined by your past. That's one of the most liberating truths you can embrace. Too often people live as though yesterday is a life sentence, as if one mistake, one failure, or one heartbreak has the authority to control their entire future. But the reality is, every single day gives you a chance to start over. That's not just an inspirational phrase, it's a practical mindset shift that can transform your entire life. Each sunrise is a quiet reminder that life moves forward, and so can you. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be willing to begin again, to take a breath, and to believe that where you're going is more important than where you've been. Taking a deep breath is more than a pause. It's an intentional act of strength. When you breathe deeply, you center yourself. You pull your focus away from anxiety and fear, and you return to what's real, what's present. It's a way of telling your soul, I am okay, I can move forward. That breath is your bridge from chaos to calm. It's your first step in a new direction. And what follows that breath is just as important, the choice to smile. That smile may be quiet, it may be weary, but even a tired smile has power. It's an inner declaration that says, I still believe in better days. I still have something to hope for. Smiling in the face of difficulty is not pretending everything's fine. It's choosing not to let difficulty take away your peace. Sometimes we think we have to wait until life is perfect to feel peace or happiness. But that day may never come if we keep waiting. What we have is now. And in this now, we can decide to be grateful. Gratitude is what opens your eyes to the good that still exists even when life feels heavy. It reminds you that while everything might not be how you imagined, there is still something worth showing up for. Something worth building, healing, pursuing. Gratitude shifts your mind from frustration to focus. It gives you the energy to begin again with a softer heart and a clearer head. There's something powerful about the decision to keep going. It's easy to start when you're excited or when everything is new, but it takes character to start again after disappointment. It takes courage to rebuild after a setback. And that's the kind of courage that shapes champions. Life will test you. It will challenge your patience, question your strength and make you doubt your worth. But if you remember that each day is a new beginning, you'll never stay stuck for long. You'll rise, not because you have to, but because you know deep down that you were born to. Letting go of the past doesn't mean forgetting it. It means learning from it and refusing to live there anymore. It means choosing growth over guilt, progress over perfection. Your past is a place of reference, not residence. Learn what you need to learn and then release it. Move forward, not because you're running from something, but because you're walking towards something better. And every single step matters. No matter how small it seems, every choice to breathe, to smile, to begin again is a choice that leads to transformation. So give yourself permission to restart. Don't be afraid of beginning again. In fact, make it a habit. Because every time you do, you're strengthening your mindset, reinforcing your resilience, and stepping closer to the life you're meant to live. Today is not yesterday. Today is a fresh canvas. Take a deep breath, smile with confidence, and start again, not out of desperation, but out of determination. You are capable of more than you know, and it all starts with one choice: to begin. There are moments in life when everything feels like it's falling apart. You question your path, your purpose, and sometimes your own strength. In these moments, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and discouraged, as if all the work you've done, all the effort you've poured into your dreams has been for nothing. But here's what you must remember. Every day is a new beginning. That means no matter how shattered yesterday felt, today gives you a new opportunity to rebuild, to breathe, and to believe again. Life is not about never falling. It's about refusing to stay down. And the best way to rise again is not with force or perfection, but with presence, peace, and patience. Taking a deep breath is the first step in taking back your power. It may seem simple, but in a world filled with chaos and noise, a moment of stillness becomes a powerful tool for clarity. When you inhale deeply, you're not just filling your lungs. You're reconnecting with your inner self. You're stepping away from fear and stepping into the present. That one breath reminds you that you are alive, and as long as you are alive, you are not finished. You still have choices to make, steps to take, and dreams to pursue. One breath can be the start of a comeback. It tells your heart, we're still in this. And after that breath comes a smile, a quiet, humble smile. Not because everything is okay, but because you've decided to face life with grace. Smiling isn't always easy. Sometimes it feels forced or fake when life is hard. But even a small, genuine smile can soften your spirit. It can unlock joy in moments where sorrow tried to take hold. It's a sign that you're still open, still willing to see light in dark places. And that openness is what allows healing to begin. Healing doesn't come all at once. It comes in layers through little acts of self-compassion and courage. Each time you smile despite the struggle, you're telling the pain, you won't define me. You're not dismissing the hard moments. You're deciding not to be trapped by them. Life's beauty lies in its rhythm of renewal. Trees shed their leaves and bloom again. The sun sets only to rise the next morning. Nature teaches us that endings are never final. They are transitions. In the same way, your setbacks are not dead ends. They are redirections, guiding you toward growth, routines, and strength. You are allowed to outgrow people, routines, and even old versions of yourself. That's not failure, it's evolution. And with every evolution comes discomfort. But if you can breathe through it, smile through it, and stay grounded in the truth that every day is a chance to begin again, you will grow into someone even stronger than before. Don't let yesterday's failures rob you of today's focus. Don't let yesterday's sadness drown today's potential. You don't have to have everything figured out to start over. You just have to be willing to try again. You have to be willing to forgive yourself, to move forward without all the answers, and to show up even when you feel uncertain. Every powerful transformation starts with a decision to begin again. So wherever you are right now, take that deep breath. Let it remind you that you are in control of how this story continues. Smile, not because the journey is easy, but because you've chosen not to quit. And then start again with faith in your heart, peace in your spirit, and the quiet knowing that today, like every day, is a new beginning. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply begin again. Life is full of unexpected turns, disappointments, and detours that can leave you feeling drained, defeated, and even hopeless. But no matter how broken things may seem, there is one truth that always remains. You have the ability to start over. Every single day offers a fresh beginning, a clean slate. That's the beauty of life. It's not about being perfect or getting everything right the first time. It's about having the courage to keep going, to rise up after falling, and to choose progress over perfection. When you understand this, you stop seeing bad days as the end and you start seeing them as a pause before the next chapter begins. Taking a deep breath is more than just inhaling air. It's a choice to pause and reset. It's your body's way of signaling that you're still here, still alive, still in control. Deep breathing calms the nervous system, reduces anxiety, and helps you think more clearly. In moments of stress or sadness, it's one of the most powerful tools you have. When everything feels like it's moving too fast or falling apart, stop, breathe. Let that breath anchor you in the present. Let it remind you that you are not helpless. You are capable of stepping back into your power, no matter how many times you've stumbled. That breath, allow yourself to smile, not because everything is suddenly fixed, but because you are making the choice to hold on to hope. Smiling isn't about pretending, it's about softening your spirit and opening your heart. A smile, even in the middle of pain, shows that you still believe in something better. It shows that you still have strength inside of you, even if you feel tired. That simple act can change your perspective. It can lift your energy and shift the way you approach your day. You're not ignoring the challenges, you're choosing to face them with grace. Each new beginning may feel uncertain. You may not know what's coming or how everything will unfold. But that's okay. You don't need all the answers to take the next step. What you need is the belief that one step is enough to create momentum. One small action can change the direction of your life. And that's the truth most people forget. Massive success is built on tiny restarts. Each time you pick yourself up, you're becoming stronger, more focused, and more aligned with the person you're meant to be. It's important to remind yourself that healing, growth, and transformation are not linear. Some days you'll feel strong and unstoppable. Other days you'll feel weak and uncertain. But neither of those days defines you. What defines you is your decision to keep showing up, to keep breathing, to keep believing. Life is not a straight path. It's a series of restarts, a collection of new beginnings. And every time you take that deep breath and start again, you're not going backward, you're reinforcing your resilience. So today, no matter where you've been or what you've faced, take a moment. Breathe in deeply. Let go of yesterday's weight. Smile at the future you're still capable of building and take the next step. Start again with courage, with humility, and with faith. Because today is not a continuation of your past mistakes. It's a new opportunity to write a different story, and the pen is still in your hand. There's something incredibly powerful about waking up to a new day. It may seem ordinary, but within that new sunrise lies extraordinary potential. A new day means new chances, new choices, and new moments to get it right. You are not bound by yesterday's mistakes or regrets. You're not stuck in the emotions that weighed you down. Every morning is an invitation to begin again, not because life is perfect, but because you are being given another chance to live it better, more aware, more intentional. Too often people carry the baggage of the past into the promise of the present. But the truth is, you don't have to. You can choose to release it. You can choose to breathe, smile, and start again. Taking a deep breath is more than a physical act. It's a mental reset. It's your body's way of grounding you, pulling you back from fear and frustration into the calm center of now. When you take that breath, you slow down the panic, silence the noise, and return to what's real. It's in that stillness that strength begins to form. One deep breath can create space between a problem and your reaction. It can shift your mindset from chaos to clarity. You may not be able to fix everything in a moment, but you can take control of your response. That breath becomes your power, your silent declaration that you are choosing peace over panic. And then comes the smile. Not forced or fake, but intentional. A smile, even a small one, is a reminder that light still lives within you. That even on the hardest days, joy is not out of reach. Smiling doesn't mean pretending to be okay when you're not. It means acknowledging that you're still willing to fight for your happiness, that you believe there's still something beautiful ahead. It lifts your spirit, shifts your energy, and speaks louder than words. When you smile through the uncertainty, you invite resilience to take root. You remind yourself that pain is temporary, but your will to rise is lasting. Starting again doesn't mean you failed. It means you're brave enough to keep going. Life isn't about having one perfect path. It's about rerouting, reimagining, and rebuilding when needed. Every step back is a setup for a stronger step forward. The world may see your delays or detours, but only you know the courage it took to begin again. That's where true success begins. Not in never falling, but in rising every single time you do. And every time you start again. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience, from growth, from wisdom earned in the struggle. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel lost. But don't let those feelings keep you from trying one more time. Don't let your story end in discouragement when there's still so much more waiting for you. Your past doesn't own you. Your mistakes don't disqualify you. What matters is what you do now, how you move, how you breathe, how you respond to the moment in front of you. You don't need a grand plan. You just need the courage to take the next small step. And that step begins with choosing to begin again. So today, choose to breathe, choose to smile, choose to start over, not because you have to, but because you can. Because life still has more to offer, because you're not finished yet. This day is your opportunity to write a new paragraph in your story, one filled with purpose, strength, and grace. Don't waste it mourning yesterday. Use it to build something better. And remember, every beginning holds a promise. And this beginning is yours. There will be days when you wake up feeling behind in life, like you're stuck in the same place while everyone else seems to be moving ahead. On those days, it's easy to feel discouraged and lost. But that's when you need to remind yourself, every day is a new beginning. Life doesn't expect you to be perfect, only present. What matters is not how far you've come compared to others, but how willing you are to keep showing up for yourself. You are not competing against anyone else. You're on your own unique journey, and each day you wake up is another chance to move forward in that journey, no matter how small the steps. Taking a deep breath is a sacred pause. It's the moment when you give yourself permission to reset. That one breath can help silence the pressure in your mind and create space for clarity. In the middle of confusion or emotional heaviness, that breath becomes your way of reconnecting to your own power. It's a quiet reminder that you're not out of options. You're not out of time. You're not too late. You are simply being given the gift of another opportunity to realign your focus, reclaim your energy, and recommit to your goals. Breathing deeply tells your mind, I'm in control now. After that breath, smile. Even if the smile is faint, even if your heart feels heavy, smile because you're still trying. Smile because you haven't given up. A smile is not always about joy. Sometimes it's about strength. It's the way your soul says, I choose light today. Life may try to wear you down, but a genuine smile says that you still believe something good can happen. And that belief is the seed of all change. A smile opens the door to gratitude, to inner peace, to hope. It helps your heart remember what your mind may have forgotten, that better days are always possible when you refuse to give in to fear or failure. Starting again can feel intimidating. You may wonder if it's worth it, if you'll succeed this time, if anything will really change. But starting again is not about guarantees, it's about growth. It's about becoming someone who doesn't run from discomfort, but rises through it. Growth doesn't happen in ease, it happens when you face difficulty with a willingness to learn and adapt. Each time you decide to try again, you build mental strength. You become more resilient, more focused, and more confident. And the more you practice starting over, the quicker you bounce back when life knocks you down. You don't have to make giant leaps. All you need is one small act of faith in yourself. That might mean getting out of bed when you don't feel like it, making one healthier decision, or simply deciding not to quit. Those seemingly small moments add up. They build a life of progress and purpose. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Just take the next right step. And if you stumble, don't criticize yourself. Celebrate the fact that you're still moving. Life is not about speed, it's about direction. And as long as you're facing forward, you are making progress. So whatever yesterday held, regret, frustration, sadness, leave it where it belongs. Don't carry it into today. This moment is too valuable to be weighed down by what can't be changed. Take a deep breath, smile with quiet courage, and take that first step, however small, into your new beginning. You've made it through every hard day so far, and that means you are stronger than you realize. Don't let fear stop you now. This is your time. This is your chance. And this day, like every day, is a brand new beginning full of potential and promise, waiting for you to rise. Every single day offers you the chance to start fresh. No matter what happened yesterday, how badly you failed, how much you cried, how lost you felt, you are not bound by it. Today is untouched, unwritten, and entirely yours to shape. Life is not about never making mistakes or never feeling broken. It's about what you choose to do after those moments. Will you stay stuck or will you rise? The power is in your hands. Every morning is like pressing a reset button for your soul. And the best part is, you don't need to do anything extraordinary to begin again. All it takes is a decision, a moment of pause, a breath, and the willingness to face the day with hope instead of fear. That decision starts with a deep breath. A breath is more than air, it's awareness. It's the choice to stop running from your emotions and finally meet yourself where you are. In that moment of stillness, you ground yourself. You stop worrying about the past or fearing the future. You return to the present, which is the only place where change actually happens. When you breathe deeply, you let go of panic. You create space to respond rather than react. And in that space, you begin to realize that nothing outside of you has the power to define you. Not your failures, not other people's opinions, not the mistakes you've made. Next comes the smile. Maybe it doesn't feel natural at first. Maybe you feel too tired, too hurt, too discouraged. But smile anyway, not to fake your emotions, but to shift your energy. A smile, even a small one, can act like a spark in the dark. It doesn't mean all your problems are gone. It means you are choosing not to let those problems steal your light. Smiling through adversity is a quiet rebellion, and it's saying, I see the pain, but I also see the possibility. It's reminding yourself that you are more than what you're going through. And sometimes that smile is all the motivation you need to take the next step forward. Starting again can feel like weakness, but in truth, it's one of the most powerful things you can do. It takes humility to admit you want something different, and it takes strength to go after it, especially after disappointment. But growth doesn't come without resistance. No one evolves without facing challenge. And you, right now, have the rare courage to try again. That decision to move forward, no matter how uncertain you feel, is a sign that something deep inside you refuses to give up. That is resilience. That is power. That is purpose in motion. It doesn't matter how long it's taken. It doesn't matter how many detours you've faced. The moment you decide to start again, you align yourself with progress. Even if your pace is slow, you are still moving. You are still choosing to believe in better days. And that belief, no matter how fragile, is what gives you momentum. It fuels your discipline. It strengthens your vision. It reminds you that you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from wisdom, from experience, from lessons learned the hard way. So don't be afraid of new beginnings. Don't shrink from the silence that often comes when you pause and reset. That silence is where clarity is born. That breath is where confidence begins. That smile is where hope takes root. You are not late. You are not broken. You are in the middle of becoming. And every single day gives you the chance to continue. So take that breath. Smile with quiet confidence and step into your day, not with fear, but with faith. Because this moment is not the end. It's a beginning. And it's yours. Life will often test your strength in the most unexpected ways. It will throw challenges at you that feel too big, too painful, too overwhelming to handle. But no matter how dark the night may seem, the morning always comes. And with it comes a new opportunity, a chance to try again, to stand up, to believe in yourself once more. Every day is a new beginning. And you don't need anyone's permission to take hold of it. You don't need a perfect plan, a big moment, or some grand breakthrough. All you need is the willingness to breathe, smile, and take one step forward. That's the essence of transformation, not in dramatic shifts, but in quiet daily decisions to keep going. When you feel like giving up, when the weight of everything threatens to break you, just pause, take a deep breath, feel it move through your body and anchor you to the present. That one breath is your bridge from panic to peace. It reminds you that while you can't change everything at once, you can control how you show up. Breathing deeply allows your mind to settle and your emotions to soften. It gives you the inner space to think clearly, to slow down, and to make choices based on hope rather than fear. That breath is not small, it is sacred. It is a symbol of your power to reset, to begin again with calm and intention. And then let yourself smile, not because your problems have disappeared, but because you've decided not to be defined by them. Smiling is a choice. It's not a denial of hardship, it's a declaration of hope. It says, I still believe in something better. Even a faint smile can shift the energy inside you. It can make your heart lighter, your spirit stronger. It can remind you that no matter what is happening around you, you still have joy within you. You are still capable of seeing beauty, even in brokenness. You are still here, still trying, and that is something to smile about. Starting over can feel scary, especially when you've already been hurt or disappointed. But the truth is, every successful person has faced failure. Every strong soul has been through seasons of doubt. What sets them apart is not that they avoided struggle, but that they learned how to start again. They learned how to breathe through the pain, smile through the tears, and move forward with faith. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be brave enough to take the next step. And if you stumble, that's okay. Falling is part of the journey. What matters most is that you keep rising. There is something incredibly empowering about choosing to begin again. It's a quiet kind of strength, the kind that doesn't scream or demand attention. It's the kind of strength that whispers, I'm not done yet. And that whisper grows louder with each day you commit to progress. The more you practice starting again, the more confidence you build. You start to trust yourself more. You start to realize that you're capable of far more than you once believed. And soon, beginning again doesn't feel like failure, it feels like freedom. Because it means you're not trapped by your past. You're being transformed by it. So today, give yourself grace. Let go of yesterday's weight. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be to take your next step. Take a deep breath. Let that breath renew your mind. Smile, even if it's through the pain, and start again, not for the world, not for anyone else, but for you. Because you deserve to live a life filled with purpose, peace, and progress. And the first step to that life starts with your decision to begin again. Right here, right now. Every day you wake up is another chance to begin again. It doesn't matter how many times you've fallen short, how many opportunities you've missed, or how long you've been stuck in the same place. The simple act of opening your eyes to a new morning means life is still offering you the gift of renewal. That alone is enough to inspire hope. You are not the same person you were yesterday. With each passing moment, you're evolving, changing, and each sunrise brings with it the potential to make different choices, to rewrite your story, to become someone stronger, wiser, more focused. The idea that you can start again is not just comforting, it's empowering. It means that nothing from your past has the power to keep you from building a better future. Taking a deep breath may seem small, but in that breath lies the ability to realign your entire perspective. When the world feels loud, fast, and chaotic, breathing deeply allows you to reclaim your space. It centers your body and mind, helping you find stillness in the storm. That breath says, I'm not going to let my emotions control me. It's a quiet yet powerful declaration that you are ready to pause, assess, and proceed with clarity. Deep breathing invites you to stop reacting out of fear or frustration and start responding from a place of calm intention. It's a grounding tool that helps you shift from survival mode to a state of conscious awareness. And in that awareness, the door to a fresh start opens wide. Then comes the smile. It doesn't have to be wide or perfect. It just has to be real. A simple, quiet smile is your spirit's way of saying, I still believe in better days. It's a small flame of optimism that says, I haven't given up. Even when everything feels uncertain, that smile is a decision to hold on to hope. It transforms your energy from defeat to determination. Smiling's not about ignoring pain. It's about acknowledging that you're choosing not to let pain steal your joy. It's a gentle reminder to your heart that there is still beauty to be found in life, even when things aren't going your way. Starting again requires courage. It's not easy to pick yourself up when you feel like life has knocked you down time and time again. But here's what you need to remember. Your power doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from refusing to quit. Every time you start again, you're proving to yourself that resilience lives inside you. You are not defined by what went wrong. You're defined by what you choose to do next. Whether you're trying to rebuild a relationship, reestablish your goals, or rediscover your purpose, the key is to take that first step, even if it's small. One step leads to another, and eventually, momentum begins to build. The beautiful thing about life is that it doesn't ask you to be perfect. It asks you to keep going. It asks you to keep learning, adjusting, and moving forward. You don't need to carry yesterday's guilt, shame, or fear into today. What you need is faith, the kind of faith that tells you new beginnings are still possible. You are capable of change. You are worthy of a fresh start. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Just begin. Just breathe. Just smile. And trust that your willingness to show up again and again is enough to change the course of your life. So when the day feels heavy or your path feels unclear, return to this truth. Every day is a new beginning. You have not run out of chances. You are not stuck. You are still becoming. And as long as you continue to breathe, smile, and move forward, you are on the right path. Keep going. Your new beginning starts now. Every morning is a fresh invitation to rise above yesterday, no matter what happened before. You are not defined by your mistakes, your delays, or your disappointments. Each day gives you the power to decide again, to act again, to live again with intention and grace. It's easy to feel trapped by routines, regrets, or the fear of repeating the same cycles. But when you wake up and choose to approach the day with a fresh mindset, you disrupt those old patterns. You create space for healing, for improvement, for peace. You may not be where you want to be yet, but you are not where you used to be either. And that's worth celebrating. Taking a deep breath is your first step toward that celebration. It is not just a physical act, it is a spiritual declaration. Inhale courage, exhale doubt. That simple breath pulls you away from panic and reminds you that you have control over how you meet this day. A deep breath is often what you need to stop spiraling in your mind, to stop replaying the past or fearing the future. It brings you back to now, and in the present moment you are most powerful. This breath is your signal to let go of everything that weighed you down and to step into the moment with clarity and calm. After that breath, you smile, not because everything is perfect, but because you've decided to find light even in the middle of the mess. A smile doesn't mean you have all the answers. It means you have the strength to face the questions. It is a quiet strength, a gentle act of defiance against everything that tries to break your spirit. It lifts your mood, shifts your focus, and spreads a ripple of hope within you. That smile tells your heart we're going to be okay. Even if you've been knocked down again and again, the ability to smile is proof that you've not been defeated. It means there's still fight left in you. Then you begin again, not with pressure, not with perfection, but with purpose. Maybe you're still tired. Maybe you're still carrying some pain. That's okay. Starting again isn't about having all the energy or confidence. It's about taking a single step forward with whatever strength you have left. Maybe that step is choosing to forgive someone. Maybe it's sitting down to write your goals. Maybe it's just choosing to get out of bed and try again. Every small act of progress counts. It's the collection of those quiet victories that build a life of momentum and meaning. Remember, transformation doesn't happen in one big leap. It unfolds through consistent small choices. Showing up each day, even when it's hard, is where your power lives. Some days will feel productive and full of breakthroughs. Others will feel slow and silent. But even the slow days matter. Even on the days where all you can do is breathe and smile, you are building resilience. You are proving to yourself that you can keep going. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to believe that something beautiful can still come out of your efforts. So as this new day stands in front of you like a blank page, don't be afraid to write a new story. You are not obligated to carry the past with you. You are free to leave behind what no longer serves you. Take a deep breath, find your calm, lift your head, and smile. You've survived so much already. You've overcome more than you even realize. And today you get to keep building, keep healing, keep growing. This is your new beginning. Make the most of it. One breath, one smile, one step at a time. Each day you wake up is a gentle reminder from life itself that you have not been defeated. It's an invitation to start again, to reframe your thoughts, to choose peace over panic, progress over perfection. No matter how difficult yesterday was, today stands untouched, full of new opportunities, new choices, and new chances to become the person you are striving to be. Often we carry the weight of past mistakes, regrets, or pain into the present, but the truth is, every morning offers you the opportunity to lay those burdens down. You are not obligated to carry what hurt you into a day that hasn't hurt you yet. That is the gift of beginning again. Taking a deep breath is the first act of claiming that gift. It's not just about oxygen entering your lungs. It's about intention returning to your spirit. Inhale deeply and feel the tension leave your body. Let that breath center you. Let it clear your thoughts, slow your heart, and remind you that you are safe, capable, and grounded in this moment. Breathing deeply teaches you to pause, and in that pause, you find power. You're no longer reacting from stress, anxiety, or emotion. You're responding from calm, wisdom, and presence. That breath gives you space between stimulus and response, a space where all change begins. Then, despite everything, smile. It might feel unnatural at first, especially if you're battling inner struggles or outer chaos, but smile anyway. Not because life is perfect, but because hope still lives in your heart. A smile says, I haven't given up. It signals to your mind and body that you are choosing joy, choosing resilience. That one act, lifting the corners of your mouth, can lift your entire mindset. It doesn't solve your problems, but it strengthens your ability to face them. Smiling is a seed of positivity, and every time you plant it, you nurture your inner strength. Now that you've breathed and smiled, the next move is simple. Start again. Don't wait for a big breakthrough. Don't wait for everything to make sense. Begin with what you have from where you are. Maybe you're rebuilding your dreams after failure. Maybe you're rediscovering your peace after heartbreak. Maybe you're just trying to survive a difficult season. Wherever you are, know this. The act of beginning again is the most powerful thing you can do. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a display of your strength, your faith, and your unwillingness to quit. Starting over doesn't mean you failed. It means you're wise enough to realize when something needs to change. It means you have the courage to rewrite your story. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are simply on a path that includes restarts, resets, and redirections. And every time you choose to move forward again, you prove that your setbacks don't define you, your comebacks do. You don't need to do everything perfectly today. Just do one thing better than you did yesterday. Just take one step closer to your goal. Just offer yourself more grace than you did before. Over time, those small, consistent decisions add up. They form habits. They create momentum. And they remind you that progress is built day by day, not all at once. So if you're feeling tired, overwhelmed, or discouraged, pause. Take that breath. Let it ground you. Smile, even if it's faint, and start again. No matter how many times you've had to restart, it's never too late to rise. This is your moment. This is your day. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep going. Because with each new beginning, you're not only getting closer to your purpose, you're becoming stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever before.